My mother just asked me, what are you doing outside? I said, none of your business. After my cousin leaves, I'm removing myself from your existence, from your life. And obviously that's not going to be completely true. It means I'm weaning myself away from her. My cousin got it instantly. Remember, this is the cousin I told you, mental illness runs in our family. She gets it. She dealt with it with her own mother and worse. And she had a worse childhood than I did, okay? So she gets it, unlike the daughters of the dead aunt, who have their heads up their asses. I was telling my cousin, yeah, my ex, Joe, my good friend, is appalled that that I almost wound up in a foster home, and if Daddy, hadn't stepped forward, I would have wound up in a foster home because they didn't want me disrupting their perfect little lives. I had stayed there those 5 months, and then my aunt sat me down, and Joe didn't care. He's like, you're family. I don't care if you, but I was sat down, and you can't live with us, And my cousin's like, well, I guess the aunt who died last summer is not as wonderful as we all made her out to be. I'm like, no, she's human, and she, they didn't want me. I was a troubled child. I lost my mom with her craziness. She couldn't take care of me anymore, and I was all messed up and obsessed with my cousin who was my age, the female, and didn't know how to make friends, and clung to her and whatever, Doesn't matter. It's not like I was a troubled child doing drugs and fucking around and all that, but remember, my father wouldn't love me either, and I was never that kind of person, So my life's none of your business, Mom. I have in my pocket here, I secretly copied it, the bullshit fucking letter her arrogant, pompous, incompetent twit of a psychologist wrote for her, okay? The same one who blew me off, and then I went through 8 days of hell. You know what he put in that letter? Dated July, the end of July. Last month, Samantha was hospitalized due to a unevenness in her medication or something. No, she wasn't hospitalized last month due to unevenness in her medication, you arrogant twit. She was hospitalized in February, and she was showing signs of pre-dementia and Alzheimer's, but all of you, including Cheryl, but especially you, because with this letter in her hand, do you think anything I wrote to the DMV? My mother has this letter. She's golden. It says she's fine. It doesn't mention that she was hospitalized last summer for a little over a couple of weeks. It doesn't mention that recently she was taking her medication and she was hospitalized for 3.5 months, And of course he doesn't. Oh my God. That mole has mutated. It might be cancerous. They say a change in any mole, but then they've also always said ones that aren't flat aren't dangerous. Well, that's mutated. It probably is cancerous. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, okay? I'm removing myself from her existence, just even if not physically, emotionally. And that's all that counts. Because this life is repeatedly proven to me that it doesn't pay to care. What's the point, You wouldn't believe what this letter says, She displays complete competency, whatever. No. Yeah, she can pay her own bills and clean her house and brush her teeth and whatnot. She shouldn't ever be behind the wheel of a car. And the sad thing is, my cousin knows it. My uncle knows it. Okay? My cousin has talked to my uncle. My cousin told my uncle about the thing where my mom was chatting with my cousin on the cell phone and suddenly said to her, oh my God, I'm walking down the middle of the street. Should someone like that be driving? Who can be that distracted? No, of course not. And her lame arguments, well, people drive when they're drunk. She's a horrible driver. She's 9. I don't care about any of them. Okay? Your arguments are so lame. There's tons of people out there who are horrible drivers, so, okay, fine. But I'm removing myself from your life. What did I ever do to you? That's what she just said to me. I'm like, are you kidding me? I just walked out the door. What have I done to you? I've never done anything to you. Yeah, dream on, Mom. You believe that? What have I ever done to you? Are you that, But it's not her fault. the so-called professionals in her life don't know their elbows from their asses. I should write to Cheryl, be like, you know what? Some of my online friends are appalled that you all are going to sit back and just allow my mother to believe now she's perfectly fine and just sit back and watch her buy a car and get behind the wheel of a car again. But you know what? I know the truth, so when I inevitably get that call that my mother has injured herself or somebody else or both in a car accident, my conscience will be clear and the whole world will know the truth. Okay? The whole world will know the truth. So fuck you guys. Seriously, fuck you. Because you didn't live with her. You don't see what I see. Especially her fucking arrogant, pompous psychologist. Oh my God. Obviously, due to confidentiality, I can't read you what he wrote. But I can tell you the gist of it, certainly. I can certainly tell you the gist of it. And my mom read it to me, so I could tell you the gist of it, but I copied it because I'm going to mail it to Cheryl, along with a scathing note, Basically, you guys are all sitting there convincing my mother she's perfectly fine, It makes me ill. It makes me ill. And remember, I'm the bad guy. My mom won't care. She'll get more sympathy. All she does is run to them. And I know she does. Because the day I was yelling at her over whatever, it probably was over her that she's going to drive again or whatnot. And she was going to see her psychologist or social whatever. She was going to see. No, she was seeing her psychologist that day. I said, you be sure to tell him how I yell at you for no reason. Remember, that's her mantra, to get sympathy. She convinces everyone she's perfectly fine, and that's what they believe. He doesn't even have the right facts in the goddamn note. That's what gets me, But remember, I'm always the bad guy. When in 2011, and she's like, oh, I haven't. It's been years. Mom, she's not observant. I had to say to her last night, and I just happened to be here. I wouldn't even normally be here. My cousin wouldn't be here. My mom wouldn't have been given Angel the allergy pills. The woman brought Angel back Thursday, okay? Remember, yesterday was Saturday. Woman brought Angel back Thursday. Mom, I just happened to say, have you been giving Angel her allergy pills? No. Dog woman told me if she suspects, my mom's not taking care of Angel, but now my mother wants nothing to do with dog woman. See, if she suspects, she says, I'll report to the MCA and have Angel taken away from her. Angel needs those allergy pills. It's not that difficult. It's one pill a day. She hasn't given them till she came back Thursday. She hasn't given them to her. If I hadn't said anything, I forgot. Yeah, but you're going to get behind the wheel of a car again. I make scathing remarks like that all the time because it's insane. And my cousin agrees with me. But with this letter in her hand, in my mom's hand, no letter I wrote that I could write to the DMV or whatnot. All my mom has to do is wave this letter around because it basically says that, my mother can do whatever she wants now, To whom it may concern, I have seen so-and-so as a patient for over 2 years, Her attendance at therapy and her commitment to therapy and whatnot she now surpasses all levels of competency and effective living skills on a regular basis, what any definition of competent might be. Blah, blah, blah. She's in normal pain. She's competent to handle her own personal financial matters, blah, 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 whatever. Okay? Like I said, being able to wash your dishes and clean your house and whatnot and go grocery shopping and take care of your dogs and whatnot does not equate to you getting behind the wheel of a fucking car, okay? Just the fact what my cousin told me. My mother is so oblivious that she admitted to my cousin, she's just getting involved, talking on the phone, and she suddenly said to her, I'm walking down the middle of the street with the dog, okay? Okay? Oh, but she's perfectly fine, right? I'm walking away. I'm done. And the whole world's going to know the truth. I'm going to tell Cheryl. Cheryl knows what happened with that landlord, and she doesn't know the extent of my YouTube channel, But she knows, because I read to her that thing the landlord wrote about, you lived your profane, the world of psychiatry, as far as I'm concerned, most of them are in their pompous asses, and my cousin would agree with me, because she's had to deal with it with her own mother in the past, okay? Okay? Whatever. This mole is mutated. It could be skin cancer just because there's always exceptions to anything. It has to have long hair growing out of it. Sure, it's not flat, but you know what? There's always exceptions to any rule. They say only a flat mole can be cancerous. Well, this mole has changed. Most definitely has changed. It's all little bubbles on it. It has a black hair growing out of it. go well. I wanted to see the fucking doctor, and they only would see one who couldn't. I'm like, can I see someone who'll examine my whole body? Well, he only does this. You'd have to wait, he'll have to wait 3 months for an appointment, or you can see this woman, next week. She can't examine my whole body. Well, she's qualified, but we really have the regular doctor do it. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Whatever. I'm talking about the skin tag on my ass, This guy actually wrote, this incompetent ass, remember the one that I would never have gone through those 8 days of hell with my mother, had this guy actually listened to me, but no, he's going to write for my mother, and she's waving it around, she's all proud, because it's playing right into her desire, and she wants to believe that she's now perfectly fine. He even writes this shit. Samantha was hospitalized last month due to an unevenness in her medication. It's been successfully adjusted. Yeah, how do you know? No, you fucking pompous, arrogant prick. She was showing signs of pre-dementia and Alzheimer's, but nobody wants to listen to me because I'm just a little girl toddling on my mother, and I don't know anything, even though I'm a college honors graduate who's been deep and aware since I was a little girl and was probably a prodigy and has been writing songs and poems since I was a little girl, and nobody's ever given a fuck, okay? She's returned to normal functioning, blah, blah, blah. She was hospitalized last month. You pompous, arrogant prick. She was not hospitalized last month. Do you see how he makes it out to be nonchalant or whatever? It's not even the true facts. I was angry even listening to it. Now I've written it down, and when my mom goes to church today, my cousin gets up, I'm going to show her. I'm going to be like, he's not even right in what he wrote. He's a pompous, arrogant prick, She was not in the fucking hospital for 3.5 months for no reason. Okay? I even visited her and she was not well. Okay? You guys know about that one visit. And it could have been for medication or whatnot, but the fact of the matter is, I lived with her. She was showing signs of pre-dementia and Alzheimer's, and you're going to let her believe she's perfectly fine and give her this note that she can wave around. And the thing is, she can show that to the DMV, and the mosquitoes are coming, so I have to go. They found me. That mole doesn't look good. It's changed. I don't know, and you're on fucking free health insurance or whatnot. They want to just give you the runaround. It's bullshit. Just to let you know, I don't want to get bit by a mosquito either. My male viewers have now surpassed my female viewers. I never thought that would happen, but I imagine it's because I talk about how much, if I was with the right guy, I have to stress that one, how much, if I'm, it never happens, how much I've always loved sex. Probably also because I talk about how fucked up I am and that I can't fall in love, and admittedly so, and all this crap, and that makes me a challenge. Or, who knows why my male viewers have never surpassed my female viewers. They have, though. I never thought that would happen, but it has happened. This is all fucked. This letter I have in my hand, I copied it. These findings are good, competent, able in terms of daily function, certainly in terms of, phys. He's basically saying, she's competent in her personal finance. That includes, I know that she's talked about how she's wants to get a car and be independent, and they're all for it. They're incompetent asses, even Cheryl. She betrayed me by not making sure that Marion knew what had really gone down in my 8 days of hell, and I'm sure even my mother psychologist hasn't been made aware of it, okay? That was not her typical breakdown, as you guys know, since I created 50 videos about it. It was an indication of pre-Alzheimer's or dementia. My mother should not be getting behind the wheel of a car, and I'm the bad guy if I say anything, see? So she's not going to care if I walk out of her life. Because remember, even before, her sister was like, oh, you drive fine, and that Marion accidents happen, just get a rental car, and you drive fine. They always make me out to be the bad guy, and my mom loves it, because I'm the only one who'll sit there and tell her the truth, okay? That's the thing. I tell her the truth. And I'm the bad guy, so I'm going to walk away, people. I'm going to walk away and let my mother die, or seriously injured, kill someone else. And I'm going to send Cheryl a letter. I'm like, you know what? My conscience is clear. You guys are going to sit back and allow my mother to do whatever she wants to do and act like she wasn't recently showing signs of pre-dementia and Alzheimer's and all that crap, then fine. There's nothing that I can do. Not with a letter like this in my mom's hand, all typed and all pompous, and, Samantha's within normal range, in my opinion. She's able, competent to handle her own personal and financial matters. She now surpasses on a regular basis what any definition of competency might be. With this letter, you think I can stop her? I'm just a tattletale. I'm just stupid. I rode the special bus when I grew up, didn't I? That's how my whole family makes me out to be, and even the professionals in my mom's life. I told my mom I can't stand Mary, her social worker. She can't stand you either because you upset me, see? They don't live with her. They don't see what I see on a daily basis, okay? And what my cousin can see bits and pieces of. She forgets everything. She couldn't even remember when she was hospitalized. She has to ask me, when did I call Western Union? When was I hospitalized? She forgets everything. She's not observant. She didn't even remember. If I hadn't been here, if my cousin hadn't come down, I wasn't going to come back, Angel wouldn't have been getting her medicine, okay? You think that someone should be getting behind a wheel of a car? No. With a letter like this from her pompous, arrogant piece of crap, incompetent twit psychologist, I'm not going to be able to stop her from getting a car. I'm telling you, I won't. I can write to the DMV, and my mom can show him this letter, and that's it, you know. And she can lie. She says, what have I ever done to you? You lie through your teeth to your family, to my family, to your psychologist, to your social worker. You say I yell at you for no reason. You say you do nothing wrong, and they all believe you. I'm made out to be crazy, like my caseworker at the shelter says, you know. Her mother has been suffering from severe mental illness for all these years, yet they make Laura out to be the crazy one. The end.